Welcome to our Energy Connect studio at EGYPS 2023. I'm really pleased to have sitting next to me again His Excellency Osama Mobarez, Secretary General, East Mediterranean Gas Pool, EMGF. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to join you again.
Yeah, and a lot's happened since we last spoke at GasTech in September. But I just wanted to start, the East Med, it's a distinct political and economic region. And after the discovery of new national gas fields, some have argued that the fields can play a destabilizing or a unifying role. How's energy started bringing the region together?
I think this is very important, and this is one of our core main objectives at the EMGF, because as you know, there are a lot of gas discoveries, a lot of potential, but bringing the different stakeholders together make us able to overcome the challenges. And not just this, but the economic integration and economic collaboration definitely brings people together and supports alleviating to a great extent the geopolitical sensitivities and the geopolitical tensions. And I think to a great extent we've been able to do so.
Can you tell me more about EMGF's decarbonisation report that you launched at COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh, and also talk about how this is proving how EMGF is helping the conversation on energy transition?
I think this is a very important question because, yes, energy security is important, it's a real challenge, but also we need not to forget the importance of energy transition and the climate action. That's why we're trying to make the balance between energy security and energy transition. And in this regard, we've spent most of the time in 2022 developing the decarbonisation report that we were happy and lucky to launch during COP27 that took place in Sharm el-Sheikh last November. And the report is about how can we reduce emissions from the gas value chain in the region. And to do this, we had to set up what's the base load for the emissions, what are the efforts and the projects done, what's going on well and what needs improvement. In addition, at the end, we came up with some strategic directions for our countries and the companies, and also a plan for along the next 6 to 8 years, including some specific projects. And those projects are starting with what we call quick wins, that does not need a lot of investments, like some energy efficiency projects, some methane reduction projects, and going to the end for the CCS and CCUS that needs more investments. In addition to the projects, also we're working on what are the policies and regulations that are necessary to stimulate investments for these projects.
Really interesting. And you said, a plan of 6 to 8 years. I assume at a show like here at EGYPS, are you carrying on those conversations, and are you going to be doing anything around COP28?
Yes, exactly. Actually, the good thing about the decarbonisation report that we did is that we did it not just within governments, but it's with the governments and the private sector as well. So that's why they are engaged. They know these projects. They know if they will fly or not. EGYPS was a good opportunity for us to convene again with the companies, to continue the discussions. And our plan actually is that we showcase and present in COP28 what is the progress in these things.
Okay, look forward to that. How can the EMGF help with the conversation in the oil and gas industry, opportunity-wise, in the East Mediterranean region?
I think, again, this is a very important question. This is part of our main objective, is to connect the governments together, to connect the companies together, and to create more opportunities. The region has a lot of gas discoveries that are not yet producing, with a lot even more potential to go. So I think bringing together the different stakeholders is very important, whether developing the fields or developing more infrastructure to do that.
Great, and we're here with EGYPS 2023. 2 things I just want to ask you about. I heard some people in my studio yesterday that you signed quite a few MOUs. So kind of busy show, but can you go into a bit details of what happened?
Yes, I think part of our strategy for at EMGF is that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. To do so, we are partnering with a lot of similar organizations, and we have a lot of very good, reputable organizations like the IEF, the IEA, the OME, just to name a few. So we took the opportunity of EGYPS this year and having the heads of these organizations to creating more value creating more space, because these organizations mostly have a lot of experience and expertise in the same field that we're working on, whether talking about data, outlooks, analysis. So we don't have to do this. We can partner with reputable organizations like these ones so that we can leverage on their expertise. And this is exactly what we did during Egypt this year.
Just before we go, Osama, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the announcement on the opening day and the opening ceremony by Tara Kamal about the change in the name of EGYPS in 2024 to become the Egypt Energy Show. What's your thoughts on that?
So I think this is a very significant progress for Egypt. I was very happy to hear Minister Al-Molla announcing this, because I think this is the eventual progress and evolution of Egypt. Because what's happening is, as we were discussing just now about the energy security and energy transition, this is very important, so that Egypt can include not just oil and gas, but also include new and green technologies and new energies like renewables. I think this is very important. I'm very happy and I'm very excited to see this next step.
Well, that is great to hear, Sam. And just want to end by saying thank you very much for coming down to the Energy Connect studio. Pleasure to speak to you again.
Thank you. It's always my pleasure. Thank you, Julian. Thank you very much.